the bottom line here is this begins and ends with costs, begins and ends with not focusing on the base business that they had and getting all screwed up by Raul's decision to go into all these ancillary businesses that had nothing to do with their core business. And he utterly bludgeoned the stock and bludgeoned the company by doing this. And shareholders should be furious at him for this massive destruction of value. And the fact that he's still in charge of this company just speaks to the lack of fiduciary responsibility that these board members seem to have towards Opportune. Just to speak a little bit more on Raul, we obviously the results, the operating performance, and the stock price speaks for itself. But we've talked to lots of former employees and current employees, and they describe a guy that's just got an enormous ego, that's not willing to pivot and do what makes sense, who's bought into his own vision. And they describe a board that's been entirely complicit in all of this. And, just the board members themselves, I can go through each of them. Not a single one has subprime lending experience. I'll rattle off their names. It's comical what their actual backgrounds are. Ginny Lee, she's the COO of Khan Academy. It's a nonprofit education company. Joanne Barefoot, CEO of basically a podcast show. No subprime lending experience. Mara Montes, he's a certified public accountant. No subprime lending experience. Raul Vasquez, obviously, was previously at Walmart.com. Roy Banks, he's the CEO of Weave Communication, which is an all-in-one customer communication and engagement firm. No subprime experience. And then the lead director, really the only person on this board that has, you'd call it gravitas, from what I can tell, is Neil Williams. And he was the former CFO of Intuit. So he's a very experienced, formidable guy. But again, he has no subprime lending experience. He's been on this board for a while. He's overseen this massive destruction of shareholder capital under Raul. So, all of these people are part of the problem. And, but the problem begins and ends with Raul. But all that said, this is a beautiful business.